here, which I can't unfuzz. I need to wait till the rain gets there. But don't worry too much about that. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of the day it is, wherever you're watching from. Welcome along to Crighton Pet Services live dog walk. I'm Stephen Crighton. You join me and my team of 8 dogs on Tuesday, the 18th, 17th, 18th of November. We're at the summit of one of the hills that we walk at. Let me just show you while we're up here. Probably good to give you the panoramic view of the city that we're in. So up here we're facing north, coming around to the east, turning into the south, and then this is headed west. So as you can see, it's fairly cloudy. Good morning, Harris. Great stuff, buddy. Thank you. Hi. Thank you. Goodness me. For those that are regular viewers to the channel, you know that Harris can sometimes bark at nothing. He is actually barking at a dog this time, which is not part of the pack rules, I'm afraid, so we're going to have to fix that in a moment or two. But before we can get to that, we need to untangle Ruby. And we'll just follow her down this little rabbit run here just now. And this dog should follow suit. Morning, puppies. Good morning. And yeah, it's not a great day here now. It's fairly wet, and I think actually in the next 24 hours we should be getting some heavy sleet / snow. But I don't know if that is actually going to come. I think the threat was that right now we were going to have that. It doesn't seem to have came to anything other than a little bit of drizzle. But that's not to say that it's not going to be something more significant in due course. So we'll see. We will see. I'm just following Ruby along this little part. And there's some of the dogs. Sorry for that. Dog Harris was barking at a second. He's coming already. He's going to be summoned. Good pups. Well done. Good River. Regular viewers will know that River was a little bit flighty yesterday. We're a lot more relaxed and settled today. We've got the original van back, which is definitely helping the continuity of, you know, keeping things consistent. And yeah, thank goodness that's back on the road. I have to say it's been a very stressful few days for the business. Not be very happy about it at all, to be honest, but we're back up and running, which is great. Good morning, everyone. Welcome along if you're joining us just now for the first time. Welcome into our live stream. Thank you for tuning in. Walk with us for a little bit. I've got 8 dogs out. I'll show you sort of the behind the scenes of what happens to the dogs once the dog walker picks them up. And we're off out together, the 8 of us. There are 7 dogs that have complete freedom. They can do anything that they like, and one of them that has a little bit restricted freedom because she does things like this, takes herself off into bushes that she shouldn't be doing, and then stays in there for hours on end. Look at these 3. You guys okay? Okay, puppies? Just a couple of things. We're always aware of our surroundings. This person here is walking. I don't know if you can see them. They're right in the middle of the screen now. They're obviously on their headset, talking very loud. A couple of the pups quite focused on that person because there's no one else here apart from me, so they know me, they don't know them. I'm just checking to see who it is and if it's something to be worried about, but I don't think it is, obviously. We know that. It's just someone on our phone. The dogs don't have the same decision-making capabilities as we do, so it's all about their exposure in early life. Do they know what's going on? And I think we're quite happy. We're quite happy to let that person make a phone call. As bizarre as that sounds, as crazy as that might seem. Right, morning everyone. Good morning. How are we doing? Welcome in, welcome along, wherever you're watching from, whatever time of the day it is. Hope you're having a good Tuesday. I'm sure it's Tuesday for everybody now. And of course, if you're watching this back on the repeat, as so many people do, thank you for taking the time to watch along. I'm sure as we go, there will be some funny moments and some things to talk about with the team. Yesterday, I managed to fall backwards, basically do a somersault and bounce back up before I was pounced on by too many of the dogs. So that made our highlight reel, and I mean that actually quite seriously. YouTube, when we go live, YouTube picks a little moment out of our day and decides what the sort of top moment of the session is. Could be this was Røde. She's just getting back up here. She was desperate to go and say hi, but we're not going to allow that. Good morning, buddy. Hello, boy. Bring in. Good pups. Good pups. Good, Juno. Say goodbye. Good girl. Good puppies. We're going to see. Good puppies. Good puppies. So yesterday falling on my backside was definitely a highlight for the channel. Not so much for me, but you'll all be very glad to hear that. Nothing was harmed, including any of the dogs. Just my back for a few minutes. We managed on. Chat's very quiet this morning, guys. I usually have a few people saying good morning to us by this point, but it's very subdued. So if you want to jump in and say hello to us, we'd be more than happy to have a little chin wag with you. Surprised not many of our regular viewers have joined us this morning. Maybe it's too early. Maybe they'll jump in soon. But if you're there watching along, any of our regular viewers, and you just don't have the chance to join in the chat, then good morning to you all. Excuse me while duty calls. And this is just done his business. One handed, we managed that. Aha, we've got our first morning, our first eye. Capricorn Moose, good morning. Hi, how are we? How's things? Welcome along, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being our #1 fan just now as well, actually. It's very good of you to have been with us for a little bit. Yeah, I'll just be quiet just for a second. It's so peaceful here. Apologies for shattering the peace with my voice. There's just not an ounce of, there's not a bit of wind, there's not a noise on the horizon or anything. Often you can hear quite a lot of traffic and things like that. Don't seem to be too much of that either, which is good. Good. Oh, someone else jumped in. 5G Tech. What an interesting username. Good morning. Thank you for stopping by with us. Are you into tech, or is it just a funky username? Oh, also I should say, we're pretty fastly approaching the one of the thresholds for the stream. So basically, we've got 8 dogs out this morning, and if we can get the number of likes on the stream up to the same as the number of dogs we have, we'll give them all a biscuit. We'll give them a little reward from you guys for participating and helping me out with the session this morning. So we're on 6, I believe, and if we get to 8, we'll give them a little biscuit, and then if we get beyond 8, if we can get to double that, so 16, we'll do it again. So if you're just tuning in, or you tune in just after it happens, you can still participate, be part of the fun. But feel free to ask anything about the dogs at all, or just happily sit back and watch us, and maybe it'll be a nice enjoyable way to kill off a few minutes in between what you're doing today. I look after around about 25 dogs during the week, Most of them have walked for a long time. We've known them for most of the dogs' lives anyway. And we've got a few newbies that have came and joined recently. River, the dog that's closest to us here in front, is our newest recruit on the morning team. He's just turned a year old and he's been out with us for a couple of months now. Most of what we're trying to do on most of these sessions when he's out is just familiarise him with the routes and the areas and the setup and things like that. He's a little bit unsure. We've taken him probably right now to a part of the map for want of a gaming term, a part of the area that we use that we don't frequent very often, so he's just stopping, scanning the horizon, just checking it out. And a few of the others will probably do the same. They'll be thinking, why are we not going down this way that we normally do, like Alfie there at the back? The reason for that is it's very muddy, so we will we'll try and stay on the grass where the dogs will get a little bit dirty, but not as nearly as dirty as it would be if we go down into the thick of the mud through the forest there. We're actually dropping right down to sort of sea level if we keep going down, and all the water will just congregate off the hill, turn it into mud, and causes us no end of delay when dropping off these puppies back to their homes. So there we go. Rebel, good morning. How are you? You're working and watching. Thank you, bud. Appreciate you as always. And thank you very much now that I've got you on the live. Thank you for yesterday's very kind super chat. It's very good of you. Alfie, bring it in. Sorry, Alfie was really hanging back to see if we were definitely going this way, but you can see that we are. And actually, that's a great time to reward Alfie and the others, because we've got 8 likes, we've got 8 dogs, and we've got rainy days. I see your chat. I'll come to it in a second. Let's just do this first. Here we go. Good girl there. Good. Thank you, Harris. Good boy, River. Good boy. Ruby. 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 There we go. 5th time lucky, sweetie. Good girl. Good girl. Harris. Quiet down. Come on, we're going this way. There we go, folks. Thank you very much for that. That is those biscuits that we've just given out are as a direct result of the dogs being well behaved, and also the direct correlation to the number of likes that we've had. So 1 biscuit for every dog, 1 like per biscuit, right? That makes sense to me. Look at this mud. Ugh. Hence the gum bits, right? Hence the wellies. A few of you guys are going to need toweled off later, I think. Pupperoos. Well, thanks for rejoining us, Harris. Thank you for gracing us. Yeah, so if you want to give us if you've not given us a like, you can do that, and then we can give them another little biscuit once we get up to 16. We'll try and aim for that next as our next milestone. Appreciate you guys doing that, I really do. Rainy days, what are we saying? I love your live stream. I liked and subscribed from the US. You already had a walk in the UK, in Scotland. Now in Scotland, it's beautiful, thank you. Oh, it's very wet this morning. We're very soggy, and hence Nell's get up. Hello, sweetie. Good morning. Hello. I see ya. I see ya. Yeah. We're getting to that time of year where their underbellies are just going to get filthy, and it's kind of at the moment where we are. So see how we have this mixture of like a sort of flat sort of path, and then wispy long grass to the side. This long grass is perfect for me. Get them running through this long grass, it will clean off their bellies. Going this way? Alex, this way. Come on, pups. Come on, puppies. Let's clean those bellies. Come on, keep coming. Keep coming. Alex, you are a bundle of frustration this morning. Let's talk about that. Obviously, I don't house all these dogs. I collect them from their individual homes, and we don't know what their routine is. Hey, River, Mac, we're going this way. Good boys, good boys, good boys. So we don't know all the ins and outs of their daily routine. Don't know how well they've slept. Don't know if the neighbours have been up making noise all night. There's a thing in dog behaviour called trigger stacking, and that is when, imagine a set of plates, right? Every time someone does something to slightly upset you or frustrate you or annoy you or in inverted commas trigger you, we put a plate on top, right? Plate, put a plate, put a plate, put a plate. Or a stack of coins or a stack of chips, whatever it might be. Something that you stack up. At some point, this stack is going to become quite unstable, and it's all caused by all of these like tiny minor inconveniences to your day. Lots of little things have stacked to create a problem, and then what happens with the dogs is that they react to something that really they wouldn't ordinarily react at if they were in a sort of good place, good mindset, good relaxed state. But of course, as I say, I'm picking him up not knowing what kind of state he's in, how much tension he's had to deal with, and how much frustration he has in his day. So it might be that yesterday his owners were ill and he didn't get out for an awful long walk and he's just been out into the garden or something. It could be that the neighbours have been making a lot of noise and that's disrupted his sleep. It could be a lot of things. I won't know, but the beauty of what we're doing here is we're going to try and reward his good behaviour and try and find a good outlet for him to get rid of this frustration, and the best way for him to do that is to get his nose firmly into the terrain and have a bit of discipline and a bit of structure, which the pack will give him as well, because it's not just me that sets the rules. The dogs kind of have their own set of status and rules as well. So if we start stepping out of line, I'm sure one of them will do a little correction or something along those lines. We'll see how it goes, but he seems to be a lot calmer now than he was. So there we go. Hopefully that made sense. Hopefully that made sense. It's not in the UK and Russian now rainy days, is it? Where's the snow in the rest of the UK? It must be up north. It has to be. Mike Brown says, hi, good morning, Mike. How are we doing? We're going to go this way. Spin the camera around. Make sure everyone's following suit. There we go. Good. And then they all have their preferred position within the team. So you'll notice that we had the camera on Harris quite a lot. He was out in front. And some of the dogs will walk quite happily at my side. And some will be towards the rear of the team. This way, Ruby, don't get tangled up in those trees. Thank you, good girl. Just stay on this path. Stay on the path. Morning everyone, welcome along. If you're enjoying the stream, give us a little like. We could do with bumping up those numbers a little bit. If we get to 16, which is twice the number of dogs that we have, we'll give the pups a little biscuit, courtesy of you guys. So don't delay. They're hungry puppies. And if you're really enjoying what you see and you're looking for something like this in your life, you can give us a little subscribe to the channel. We'd love for you to be a more regular addition to our team. We're good, Mike. Thank you for stopping by. Good to hear that all's good with you. We're just one dog down just now. We're missing Mac, and I can hear someone's voice behind us, so maybe just hang fire. There he is. This way, guys. Good pups. I see him. I see him. Good boy. Morning. I'm well, yourself? Okay. I didn't realise it was you. The tag there, is he? Oh, lovely, lovely. I might, there's a couple of them that might be a bit unsure about them being so big. I'll go down this path and we'll kind of come back on ourselves. Oh, great stuff. Good to see you too. Well, hopefully I'll see him as he comes past here. Right, you go on, come this way. Come on, Mac. Come on, buddy. Oh, we've got someone hawking up. Good boy, buddy. Good boy. There's Tag. This dog here, look at this dog. Beautiful dog. Beautiful pointer. He's not seen us. Or maybe he has. I used to walk with Tag. I used to walk him when he was very, very, very young. And then they moved away. So, nice to see him again. But he was a wild dog. Oh goodness me. The range he had on him as a young pup was uncomfortable. Right, Harris, how are we doing? What are you chucking up here, bud? Yeah, good boy. A bit of bile. Let's just get that on camera for the owner. Just a bit of froth. Usually suggests that he's hungry. I'll just keep an eye on that for the next second or two. Make sure he's not in any distress. Sorry for showing you that gross close-up, but it's a good moment for me to show the owner. And I'll just make a wee timestamp on that 21 minutes. This way, team. Good puppies. Good puppies. You can see their noses are down for the most part. I don't have to do an awful lot with them. Off to work. Catch you in the morning. Thanks, Mike. I really appreciate you stopping by. Rusty's jumped in with another Bible verse. Thank you, Rusty. Rebel, what made you take the leap to start your own business? Oh, bud. This is a story. I wonder... Let me spin the camera around for a sec. I had been doing a job that had taken me on the road, and I don't think I'm able to say what it is that I was doing, but basically there's nothing like secretive or anything like that, but I've signed some paperwork after I left to say we're drawing a line under this relationship, shall we say. So I was doing a job that basically I hated in the end. Liked it at first and then hated it towards the end. Had a nice company car, nice salary, nice pension, and kind of the job was quite cosy, but the reality was I was never at home, I was always on the road, and I just wasn't fulfilled with it. I was looking for something far more fulfilling and far more me. I know that's difficult to kind of maybe understand, but you know, it's working for someone else, and you know, it's kind of like people were doing things or making decisions. I was like, that's not the best way to do that. But of course, you're overruled. Let's say you're overruled because, yeah, it's not your business, so to speak. And then, let's spin this back round. Good, you guys. Yeah, so in the end, I decided to leave that job under a bit of a cloud. It wasn't great. It wasn't a great situation. But I thought, you know what? I'll get another job, no problem. And then I didn't. And it took about 3 months of looking to really do a bit of soul searching. You know that way the expression is like, what's for you won't go by you. That's a real Scottish / probably British expression. Kind of just means that, you know, it's in the stars, you know, it'll be, what will be, will be. And so I couldn't get a job, basically, not in the industry that I wanted to do something. I just thought, you know what, I'm just swapping one set of like uncomfortable conditions for a different set of uncomfortable conditions, and decided at that point I don't want to work for someone else, I want to work for myself. But I had 3 months of kind of pressure to kind of think about that and get myself going, and something quite significant happened at that time. So the dogs that were in the house at the time had had a bit of a meltdown. I'm not ashamed to say I had a real breakdown of confidence, and just I was feeling so low because without a job it was very taxing. I had this massive sort of breakdown in the house on my own, and the dog came through, and this dog was blind and deaf and slept like 99% of the day, and just came bounding through into the room and jumped on me. Remember, blind and deaf, and just started licking my face, and immediately made me feel so much better. I was just like, oh my god, like, you know, I need to do something for you, sweetheart. And then so I was like, well, imagine we could give other dogs the same life that our dog had in terms of like the adventures and the experiences and the fun and all the things that dogs should get, right? And basically I just decided there and then, I was like, I'm going to work with dogs, I'm going to look after, she's just looked after me, I'm going to look after them. And I'll send on the members chat, Rebel, I'll tell you what I'll do, because Rebel here is a member of the channel, you get special privileges. I'll send you, I'll put up there my logo, which I'm so proud of, but I'll show you the original logo that I made on like Paint, MS Paint or something. Maybe it was Snapchat actually, I don't know, but it was something like that. And I'll show you the original logo that was basically done about 3 or 4 days later, because as soon as I decided, right, that's it, I'm helping animals here, there was no going back. I was just like, I'm going to make this a success. And that was in 2018, in September of 2018. And by the January it was pretty busy. It took a few months to kind of get up and going, but I was up and going, and I've never ever looked back. Just love what I do. So I'm not saying inspiration will hit everybody the same way as it hit me, but let me tell you something, when you're sort of 3 months into job searching and really came of it, you'll take inspiration in any form. And maybe I was just putting off the inevitable, I'm not sure, but certainly it seemed like it was a bolt of lightning that hit me at that point. And a good message to have a little cry now and again. If you have a little cry, things aren't going to seem so bad. So there we go. There's my story. There is my story. That's made me reflect quite a lot. Thinking back, as I was telling it, thinking back to all the little milestones we hit. Getting my business cards made for the first time, and getting my t-shirts made for the first time and things. It was amazing. Amazing little exciting time of the business. Now the business is just full of pain, of broken vans, and you know, dogs on sick leave and things like that. It's just, there's so much heartache that goes with business. But I love it. I love it so much. I don't think I'll do anything else ever again. And I'm just going to finish that with So the part of the reason that the dog thing kind of jumped out at me was just around about the time that I had this breakdown. And I say breakdown, I started crying on my couch for like a minute. So it wasn't like I had 6 years of therapy. I just started crying. But as I had this, something on the TV or my phone was like, if you won the lottery tomorrow and money wasn't your primary concern anymore, what would you do with your time? And then I thought about that quite a lot. Just walk the dogs all day. Just get out and explore the city, and that was another thing. So that's a good question to ask yourself if you're thinking of setting up on your own, is if money wasn't the driver to it, what would you do? Would you paint? Would you make music? Would you work with sick people? Would you skateboard? Would you play video games? Like, what would you do to pass the time? Because there's a lot of hours in the day if you've not got to work for it. And wait, that's not us. Good team. Good team. Someone has just whistle training their dog, so we just did a stop command there. You can see all the pups have just chilled out. Good Harris, good boy. Right, let's move on. Walk on. Good puppies. So yeah, so I think the kind of key is that even if you're maybe not good at the thing that you'd like to do, say it's painting, right? If you do it enough, you're going to get better at it, and then eventually you're maybe going to get good enough that someone will pay you for it. And then when you figure out that part of it, figure out what works for you, replicate that and do it again and again. So that's kind of the way that it all happens. Sorry, I'm missing all the chat that's came in, folks, by pouring out my heart. But yeah, a lot of love to that dog, who shall not be named for sensitive reasons, but she's got an enormous place in my heart. So there we go. Never expected such a story. Yeah, I know, sorry, I did tell you. I did say it's a bit of a pouring out my soul there. Anyway, it's all for the right reasons. We're here, and I think that there's as I say, you're kind of guided into what you should be doing, even if the path isn't as straightforward as you might think it is. So it's just my thoughts, but there we go. Mike, been there, done that, I feel your story. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, I mean, I do love it. Like, I do love what I do. Go on, River. Come on, you little toe rag. Chasing the crows, eh? Are we feeling cold or are we feeling brave? Is that out of bravery or necessity? Interesting. But yeah, so since starting the business, like, you know, there's been a lot of times where imposter syndrome kicks in. You kind of think, who am I to be walking and looking after these 8 dogs? Like, what if something goes wrong? I'm not the right person for this. And then, you know, confidence doesn't come from, what is it, Carr that says, if you like Jimmy Carr, the comedian, or if you don't like him, even. I think he says this really poetically. It's like, confidence doesn't come from speaking affirmations to yourself in the mirror, like you've got this or whatever. Confidence comes from giving the world irrefutable evidence that you can do what you say you're going to do. And so I just think back to, if I have a bad day or something goes wrong with the dogs or something like that, we just think back to all the times where it's gone right and it's worked well. and we've got these guys out safely and got them home safely, and they've had a great time and those kind of things. And that is also a reason why we started the channel. So, here we go. Melanie, good morning. You've just missed me pouring my heart out. My absolute heart out. I don't know if you can rewind the stream about 10 minutes, but it might be worth. Listen, I'm sure you'll find that interesting. It was the story of how the business came about. River! Alfie! Right, the pups deserve, for listening to that, the pups deserve a little treat. There we go, River, good boy. Alfie, you sit nice, no meerkatting, thank you. Good boy, Alfie. Good, you know. Hey, Alfie, there's one at your feet, you donut. There you go now. Good Barney. Good Mac. Good Ruby. And Harris? See the tail swooshing? You've been sick, so you might want to eat that. Get something in your stomach, buddy. Do you see it on the ground? He's just left it there. So there we go, there's the story of Crighton Pet Services. If you've enjoyed that, folks, make sure you hit the subscribe button. There's plenty more stories along that calibre to come. All the stories about how the dogs came along, all the stories about the dogs that didn't work out, and just the fact that we're live. You know, who knows what's going to come next and come around the corner and cause us concerns. But if you've enjoyed that little... God's sake! Now they don't fight, so that is definitely over that bit of food. Hey! Hey, come here. Come here. Come here. Harris, you okay, buddy? Come here. Do you know? Harris is right behind me. I don't think she's made contact with him. I know. Did you drop your food during the time where there's a bit of nonsense going on? Hello. Sorry about that, folks. I'm going to have to watch that back and see what happened, but I suspect Harris has left his food and you know, has gone for it, and then Harris wanted it only when she went for it. So you can see, this is Juno, this is Harris. They're not going to fall out with each other. Hi, Joe. I know, have we given you food before? Is that why you're coming to see me? I see ya. I see ya. Morning. Did you see that? A biscuit that was on the floor. A bit of biscuit.
Not one that you had dropped, was it?
So the spaniel had it, but he just throws it around, and he doesn't want it, and she went for it. The border terrier. So she just went to pick it up because he had left it, and then he took homage to that and he went in for it, and then boom. They just started, they didn't like the noise, there's a few of them that have just bowed in just to try and separate it or fix it or join in, I'm not sure. Anyway, they all seem okay. I'll give them a thorough check it.
Charges down the hill to say,
Don't worry, sweetie. Yeah.
but no, it's quite, you know, the kind of mentality, the what do they call it?
Like the pack mentality.
The pack mentality.
Yeah, yeah.
I have my friend's daughter's husband. He's got 4 kind of staffies.
All right, yeah.
Mother, daughter, they're all kind of related.
Yeah, yeah.
And
River,
the
down you get,
daughter
buddy.
killed the mother. He was out at work.
You're kidding. God almighty.
And in pieces. It was absolutely.
Oh.
Puppy said it was disgusting.
Oh, I don't like hearing that. That's wild, yeah.
I said, what happened? They fight over time and then it just.
Yeah, yeah.
escalated.
I mean, I know that there's certainly, so these two back down very quickly and really, I mean, I've seen fights, not between our guys, but just dogs in general.
Yeah.
And these two back down very quickly. I think they realised that they don't actually hate each other, they actually really like each other. But yeah, they seem to come out of nowhere. So I think if there's a vendetta, or because there's a thing in, I've got an old dog training book that I think dates back to the turn of last century, so it's over 100 years old, and it talks about, in inverted commas, bitch wars, and it says that the females will never forget being treated badly ever, and things like that, you know.
So they
So
bear a grudge.
yeah,
They have,
yeah.
Oh my God.
Whereas the boys are just like, ah, whatever.
Come on,
Yeah.
like humans.
Yeah, yeah. The females are never, ever, ever forget what goes on in their little world, and if they've been wronged by another dog or a person or anything like that, it takes a lot of forgetting.
They
Yeah,
don't forget.
yeah.
Gosh. This one here is my friend's dog. She's a rescue dog.
Oh,
My
really?
friend got her, and she was brought up, and the officers, the SSPCA officers, said the things that she has gone through is unbelievable.
Really?
You wouldn't think so.
Oh, bless her.
She loves people.
Let me see you, sweetie. What's her name again?
There was a group of, it was a drug addict who had her.
Oh no.
And you can imagine chatting in the house. But
Yeah,
they must
yeah.
be nice to her because she loves people.
Oh, that's good. That's good that she's not
Yeah.
been put off by those things, you know.
It's actually changed my life up this hill.
Every
Single
person, yeah.
you see. I was down here one day, we'd just come down off the hill, and there's a lady there, her dog was just throwing a ball to, and Amber loves what she went running up, and then she kept on going on with this lady, and I thought, I don't want to walk up that frigging hill again. So I'm thinking, just please stand still while I get my dog.
The perils, the things they put us through. I know, sweetie. I know. Oh, you're a bonny pup. You're good. You're a good one. You're a good one. Right. It looks like they've done well. I know. I know. I'm surprised I didn't get that dog under control, you know. Nice to see you. We'll see you again. Right, puppies. Here we come. Goodness me. Goodness me. That was a bit crazy. That was a bit crazy, folks. I know. But we'll try that again. Will we try that again now that we're all a bit calmer? Juno. Let's start with you. Let's start with you. There we go. Good girl. Good Alfie. Good now. Good Barney. Good. Good Ruby. Harris, you're not going to get one, bud, because you're just going to throw it up around. River, good boy. And Matt. Here we are. What a day. What a day. The irony of me saying, you know, we just don't know what's round the corner, we don't know what's next. And then what's next is they go tear lumps off each other after me saying how well matched they all are. So thank you for tuning in, guys. We'll be live again around about this time tomorrow, so don't miss out. Make sure that you're part of the team. Hit that subscribe button now. There should be something, if you're watching on mobile, up the top there that you can just click on and follow the channel along. We'd love for you to do that. But yeah, never work with children and animals. And there you go. I've told you my life story about how I just fell in love with the animals and how they are just wild. They are wild, right? Okay, we're going to sign off. I'm going to get these guys back home safely. Going to make sure Harris and Juno in particular are just sussed out, make sure they're all right. But I think they're fine. We're a bit of yelping, but they've been fine in each other's company. So, oh hi Amber. Hello, sweetie. Yes, now you're coming with us now, are you? Right. Okay, we're +1. I better adjust the title to say 9 dogs. Have a great day, guys. See you again on Wednesday. All the best. Adios. Well done.